Watch and burn.
Hey everybody. So tonight I am asking yet another question from Scarface that I've had my whole life. This video, I don't know, I promise that this is not clickbait in any size, shape, or form. I have really always wondered my entire life if whether or not Tony's enemies in Scarface were real. I mean, was Gaspar Gomez, was he a real dude? You know, did the Diaz brothers exist? I mean, Tony definitely signals out that, fuck Gaspar Gomez and fuck the fucking Diaz brothers. You'll bury those cockroaches. So I know that it's implied that they're real. And I see that Frank and Manny and everybody plays along. As a matter of fact, at one point, when just before Mel has his little gotta bribe me talk with Tony, Manny says, all of your enemies are gone. But that line always kind of bothered me because it's just so convenient. This is the first drug dealer, drug trafficking, massive, big, rich dude movie that I've seen where at some point the main character, the protagonist, if you will, isn't attacked by one of his rivals. The only time in this movie, of course, that Tony gets attacked is as the result of his fallout with his former boss and slash kind of former friend, Frank Lopez. Frank sends a couple dudes after him once Tony started making a play for Elvira. Other than that, nothing happens in this movie as far as Tony's rivals coming for him. This is like the nicest collection of drug kingpins ever. I mean, at that one point, he points out to Manny when he's watching all the surveillance, the cameras he's got set up. He's like, well, how long does it take to install cable? That truck's been there for like 3 days. And he's like, maybe it's the Diaz brothers come to get me. And it's like, but it isn't. It's like the Diaz brothers don't do anything. I mean, and I know that there's some talk online of whether or not he says that he buried those cocksuckers when he's talking to Frank. When Frank's like, what are we going to do? Like when the Diaz brothers and whoever, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, fuck, and he gets all angry. There has been some discussion of whether or not he says buried or bury. Personally, I believe he says, I'll bury them, as in he's implying that he will. But maybe they are dead. I don't know. It's just strange that this movie, which is so violent, so well written, so scary, and feels so real, there's no reprisals. There's no risk of any kind of reprisal. Tony just gets to kind of operate with impunity without any of his drug-dealing peers coming to sort of settle things when he's making more money than them or he's importing more coke than them or whatever. They don't do anything. And so I've honestly always wondered my whole life if whether or not they even existed. I mean, all your enemies are gone. I mean, it's that simple? Really? I mean, maybe it is. And that is where I'm leaving it. So like always, if you like this video or if you agree with me or if you don't agree with me, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. It's really easy. Just hold a door open for somebody. I swear to God, it's so simple. Be amazed how that could actually help somebody too. But yeah, that's it. I'm getting out of here. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. You guys are amazing. And I hope you don't think this was clickbait because this really wasn't. It's a question I've legitimately had my whole life. Have a good night.